See this? This is a cat.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Greg Doucette Says the Darndest Things, and in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at all of the lies and contradictions Greg has made about his turkesterone supplement. So, Greg has been selling turkesterone for a while now, but about 2 weeks ago, he made a video talking about how he revamped the supplement. Apparently, he found a new supplier, and supposedly, his new turkesterone supplement has more turkesterone than ever, and according to Greg, it's more effective than ever. And in typical fashion, I am going to point out how Greg is lying about everything. He's completely full of shit, and he has absolutely no morals, and all he cares about is money.
Turkesterone. Remember turkesterone, how popular it was? Well, everyone was selling turkesterone. It was selling like hotcakes. It was absolutely unbelievable. The results were astounding. But it turns out when going above and beyond the FDA standards for testing using a mass spectrometer, it was discovered that it wasn't exactly turkesterone, that it was other beta-ecdysteroids, 20-HE, and so on. And those ecdysteroids were very effective, and people such as me have been using it ever since. At one point, we called our supplement Turk Builder, but since then we changed the name to Ecdy Builder to better reflect what was in the package. And so although we were disappointed there was no turkesterone, the results, they spoke for themselves.
So Greg made two lies here, one of those lies being a lie of omission. But first, Greg keeps making this claim that his turkesterone supplement, it'll make you build more muscle, it'll get you stronger. He also claims there's a number of other health benefits. Well, based on what evidence? Nothing. There's no research. There's zero human research supporting the efficacy of turkesterone or his other ecdysteroid supplement. The only thing he has are user reviews, people who have bought the supplement and claimed, oh yeah, it works, 5 stars. That's it. And these people could very well just be experiencing placebo. Greg has no basis to make these claims that these supplements will help you build more muscle, get you stronger, or anything else. The only reason he's saying this is because he knows it'll make people buy the product, and he only cares about money, and McLarens don't pay for themselves. Now, Greg did rightfully admit that after he released his turkesterone supplement, later testing revealed that there was practically zero turkesterone in his product. That statement is historically accurate, but what Greg left out was the cope he did afterwards. Greg panicked, and he realized, oh shit, I've been telling everybody that turkesterone is this magical supplement that will make you build tons of muscle, but it turns out there's no turkesterone in my turkesterone supplement. What am I gonna do? So Greg had the brilliant idea of claiming, oh, well, it turns out turkesterone does nothing. It's all these other ecdysteroids that are in the supplement that are, actually doing something.
Bad news is that with further testing going above and beyond what FDA standards are, using advanced testing methods such as mass spectrometry, something that's not required in the fitness industry for these products, that what's actually in the product isn't in fact turkesterone, at least not in large quantities. Only in trace amounts. And you're thinking, well, how is that not horrible news? Well, turns out that it was not turkesterone that was working all along. The reason Turk Builder was working in the first place was not in fact due to turkesterone, but the fact it had 20-HE and other ecdysteroids. And of note, the most important ingredient of all, the one that actually has human studies on it, that's right, turkesterone, not human studies. Turkesterone has not been something that's been researched by human trials. We don't know that turkesterone actually worked. Remember those old videos I used to make? Does turkesterone work? Does it build muscle? Nobody knows. We did not know at the time. How could we? It wasn't tried and tested on humans. And so a lot of you are going to say, we hate you, Coach Greg. You're such a G-shred. You're such a horrible human being for selling turkesterone. I had hundreds of people write me in the DMs. Coach Greg, can you please sell turkesterone? And so what did one of the leading experts on turkesterone in the world say? Well, gonna read his statements. We made once 50% turkesterone extract and marketed among bodybuilders here. The results were poor. Turkesterone alone without partner ecdysteroids practically is useless. People immediately started asking the previous more brown powder because 50% turkesterone was almost white color, totally purified and decolored. And so what he's saying is that they spent a lot of time trying to get the perfect turkesterone, and the results were bad. That the other compounds, the ecdysteroids, were what was in fact causing all these gains.
Yeah, so after Greg found out that there's no turkesterone in his turkesterone supplement, he started coping and saying, don't blame me. I wasn't the one who wanted to make a turkesterone supplement. Other people told me to. And there's no research on turkesterone anyway, so what does it matter if there's no turkesterone in it? And all these other ecdysteroids, they're what's making you get gains. I even talked to an expert, and he says turkesterone does nothing. It's other ecdysteroids that are important. So after saying all of that, it's curious that Greg is now promoting turkesterone again.
We searched the entire globe, going through country after country until we finally actually found turkesterone for real. Yeah, you're thinking, oh, snake oil salesman. Well, we have the labs to prove it, and it's not just FDA standards, it's above and beyond, and we're willing to allow anyone to test it. And so I can say with 100% certainty that we do in fact have turkesterone, that we've tested other supplement companies, they don't in fact have turkesterone. So the first time I used it, I'm skeptical. I'm like, yeah, EcdyBuilder, that actually works. Am I actually going to notice the difference from EcdyBuilder to TurkBuilder? Am I going to see an actual increase in size, strength, aggression, and so on? And the answer was yes. And how long did it take the first time?
I have never seen a better example of motivated reasoning. So after making all of these claims about how turkesterone doesn't really work, there's no actual research supporting it. Oh, I even talked to an expert and he says, yeah, we made turkesterone supplements and they didn't do anything. It turns out other ecdysteroids are what's actually making you build more muscle and get stronger. Now he does a complete 180 and says, oh no, turkesterone, it actually does work. And you won't believe this. I'm the only person on the entire face of the earth that's actually selling a legitimate turkesterone supplement. Wouldn't you believe it? How convenient, because I want to get another McLaren. So Greg, I can only see 3 possible options here. You are either lying and being dishonest before about how you don't believe turkesterone works anymore because you wanted to keep selling Turk Builder supplements. 2, you're lying right now about turkesterone working, and this is just some marketing ploy so you can make more money. Or option 3, you were lying then, you're lying now, and you constantly lie whenever it suits you. And I'm inclined to believe option 3 is the right answer.
And so think of it. I'm telling you, the first time I took it, I felt it on day 1. How many supplements can you think of that you can take that you can feel it on day 1? Perhaps anything that's a stimulant, perhaps caffeine, ephedrine, pre-workout, fat burners, but a supplement that can build muscle that you can feel. That you go to the gym and you know you've taken something, that your muscles feel different, you look different. That to me, truly remarkable. And remember, turkesterone, it's not banned by WADA. You're allowed to take it. You will not fail a drug test.
So Greg, if you're under the influence of the placebo effect, yes, you can feel as though you're getting results immediately. Greg is violating his own standards of evidence. Remember when he said,
And of note, the most important ingredient of all, the one that actually has human studies on it, that's right, turkesterone, not human studies. Turkesterone has not been something that's been researched by human trials. We don't know that turkesterone actually worked.
So notice the shifting standards here. When it's convenient for him, when everyone was mad at him for selling a turkesterone supplement that didn't actually contain turkesterone, he was talking about research and human studies, mentioning how, oh, well, there's no human research on turkesterone. There's nothing supporting its efficacy. So you shouldn't be too mad at me that there's no turkesterone in the supplement I'm selling. But now that he's actually selling a turkesterone supplement, now that it's convenient for him, forget about research, forget about standards of evidence. I took a pill and I noticed it working right away. I need more McLaren money. And by the way, Greg, with your track record of lying, the chances of you just completely making this shit up is quite high. Why the hell should I believe you that when you took a turkesterone supplement, you were actually experiencing anything? the likelihood of you just making that up, just so you can get more McLaren money, again, quite high. I don't think anybody should take that risk.
And so the first time I ever took this, I had about 20 pills. I started by taking 3 pills and I could not believe how strong I felt. Could not believe it. So much so that I reduced it to 2 pills. And you know what else I noticed? I never got tired anymore. So much so that I never needed to use any narcolepsy medication. I would stay up all day, had energy all day long. No more did I take naps. I had plenty of energy. And so I could not believe it gave me enough energy to train harder than last time and to stay awake during the day. Remember, I have narcolepsy. I often would fall asleep at any time throughout the day. It went away.
So it's not enough for Greg to just, make up claims about the supplement helping you build more muscle and get stronger. No, he has to go a step further and claim that the supplement can effectively treat medical conditions like narcolepsy. And he goes as far as claiming he no longer has to take his narcolepsy meds because he takes turkesterone. Tell me, what are the chances that a random plant extract that has had no human testing is better at treating narcolepsy than actual purpose-built narcolepsy medication that has gone through human trials? Yeah, pretty damn low. I don't know why Greg is making up lies like this, but I guess he made these other lies. Might as well make other lies. Who knows? Maybe he'll sell a few extra, supplements for people suffering from narcolepsy.
The supplement is very strong. It says to take 1 to 3 capsules per day. This is what happened the second time I took it. I took 3 capsules the first day. I said, what is going on? Felt like I was on test suspension. Have you ever taken test suspension? Probably not. Well, what it does, it makes you feel more aggressive. You have more energy. You feel stronger. You feel bigger, more full. It's incredible the first time I noticed it. I'm not saying it's more effective than test suspension or as effective. I'm telling you how it made me feel.
So what are the chances that this turkesterone extract that has no androgenic activity, it doesn't act like a steroid in the human body, it doesn't interface with androgen receptors in the human body, what are the chances that it has steroid-like side effects that are comparable to testosterone suspension? Pretty goddamn low. And if you're stupid enough to believe Greg's bullshit here, well then a fool and his money are soon departed.
I'm truly excited because I know with certainty that this is an effective supplement. Perhaps not for 100% of people in the world, but what in fact is? Creatine we know works. If you give creatine to 100,000 people, maybe half of those people will say, yeah, I noticed a difference. Most will not. This supplement, far more effective than creatine. There is no way creatine is even close to as good as this. Not even close. 1 pill a day, guaranteed, I'm telling you it's better than creatine.
So Greg is absolutely certain that turkesterone works. Absolutely certain, no doubt, and he even is certain that it's better than creatine. I recall you saying something about turkesterone a while ago, something about you not being sure if it works or not. What was that again?
And of note, the most important ingredient of all, the one that actually has human studies on it, that's right, turkesterone, not human studies. Turkesterone has not been something that's been researched by human trials. We don't know that turkesterone actually worked.
Isn't that funny? Back when you were getting called out for selling a fake turkesterone supplement that had no turkesterone in it, well, there's no human research. We can't be sure if it works. There's no human studies, so who knows if it works or not. But now that you're actually selling a turkesterone supplement, I'm certain it works. It's even better than creatine. I'm sure you're sure it works. And of course, this is just preemptive damage control for the inevitable flood of bad reviews with people saying they took turkesterone and it did absolutely nothing. Greg knows that there's an extremely high likelihood that his turkesterone supplement is just garbage and it doesn't actually do anything. And a lot of people will figure that out when they actually take it. So he's trying to gaslight you into thinking, oh yeah, not every supplement or drug works for everybody. Well, again, Greg, there's no proven efficacy with this turkesterone supplement. There is proven efficacy with creatine. There's randomized trials confirming it. So we all know what you're doing here. You're trying to make more money. you live a certain lifestyle and you want to continue with that lifestyle of buying McLarens, dating trashy gold-digging whores.
He's a sugar daddy now. He brings these sharmutas with the titties to all these fancy dinners, fancy vacations. Since him and Ali broke up, he became a simp sugar daddy from what I'm seeing.
And back to palm tree land. Look at this, palm trees. Girls were pretty excited.
For sure.
Don't come in here.
Look at this. It's a double bed with like the most room you can ever imagine. We definitely have some Tulum vibes, although it's inside. I'm feeling the Tulum vibes. It's just not as warm. Just listen to the music. Come on, guys. You hear that? What's happening over there? What's going on?
And this is what you have to do to maintain that lifestyle. So if you were considering buying Greg Doucette's turkesterone or ecdy builder supplements, don't. It's a dumb idea. Wait until there's research proving that it actually does anything. And just considering how of an immoral, greedy son of a bitch Greg is, don't buy any of his supplements. Just go somewhere else.